Hey, Soul Tribe. It's me, Wild Valkyrie, Gwen, GG, whatever you want to call me. Anyway, do something today. So, as I mentioned to you all, I got cracked on the side of my head and got my sense knocked into me. It's part of my journey. I always walked through life knowing something was going to happen. And when it finally did, it was a huge wake-up call for me. Today marks 3 years since that happened. That I had woken up, face down, face busted open, beaten up, bloodied. But I was alive. Everything that I owned was still intact, including myself. My clothes were all still intact. I fought my way through to get my pepper spray and pretty much unload that on whoever it was. Honestly, I don't remember. Even 3 years from the date it happened, I still have no recollection of what had happened. All I can tell you is that I was staying in friends, keeping an eye on their dog. I had gone out, had a couple drinks with somebody. They left in their own Uber. I left a little ways after they had. So no, I don't believe it was that person. I know that's where a lot of people are going to take that too. No, I don't believe it was that person. But in that time frame, when I had woken up, locked everything up, took myself into my friend's house, and tried to do my best to clean out my wound as much as I could. Completely out of it. Next morning I woke up, and I realized it wasn't just a little crack. It was going to require going to see people. At that point, I didn't want to tell my full thing, so I just told everybody that I had taken a fall, because I didn't remember. It wasn't until further on into the next 4 days that became more of the no, because once I was able to get out of the fuzzy head concussion, all that fun stuff, that's where things started making a little bit more sense. Family friend had seen the photos of my face, my hands, and said those were defense wounds. She was fighting. She was defending herself. So it was me throwing my hands up to block punches or whatever it was taking to get myself free. Again, I still don't have a recollection. I woke up in a puddle of blood about 20 minutes after I remember parking my car. And, it was a hard reality check. My life had already been spiraling out. The ex and I had been split up for about 6 months. I was just feeling a little more than 6 months, but right around within those time frames. I was just feeling like I was starting to get my feet back under me. So I had gone out on a date with somebody, thought it was fantastic, and then everything fell apart. And I mean, everything. The guy and I didn't work out. To be fair, it was my fault. I can own up to it. That was the realization that I definitely had codependency issues that I had to work through. And a lot more besides that, but definitely some codependency issues. As well as needing to be able to take control back of my life. I sat there for 3 days just trying to crank and just push this memory to come in, and it just didn't work. I was making it worse than it needed to be, right? So pretty much the last night into the last day before I had to go back to work, I pretty much hit the rock bottom that everybody talks about, where you get down on your knees and you just go, all right, I give up. I put my hands in the air. I'm done. I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. You know this. Everybody tells the story, right? Since then, in 3 years. After getting my 17 stitches to put my face back together. So, got a couple of scars here from where I road rashed. My beautiful baby that runs through my eyebrow and through here. My best bet, that was a crowbar. It's my best guess. Just the way that it broke. Yeah, it was a hard reality check. And then I had to work through understanding this was now part of my life. I was going to forever be reminded of that moment. And it took a while, but I got there. I was able to work through it. So, yeah, it's been a long, hard journey to heal from all my childhood traumas, all my own self-inflicted traumas, because let's be real, we all inflict our own traumas on ourselves. It's a hard dose of reality, but that's what humbles you the most, is when you realize that some of this you could have fixed or never had to go through if you would have just operated a little differently, if you would have thought a little differently, if you would have taken that advice from somebody else who's been like, I've done that path, please don't do that. That's where your elders come in and we try to guide. That's where it's not we're trying to tell you what to do. It's oh, sweetie, I know that path. I know the heartache. I know the pain. I know all the struggles that can come from that path. And I'm telling you right now, it is not worth it. So when I worked through this, I gave my hands and put my hands up in the air, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. I release. You guys get control. You tell me what I need to do in life, because clearly I'm not doing it right. Right? 3 years. I am now standing in my own business. Yes, growing pains. That happens, right? Trying to build not one, but 2 businesses to coincide with each other for the abundance for my own family. Trying to dig my roots down deep into that abundance to keep calling it in. Still continuing my own internal work. As I've told you guys, I've been learning to work with the divine masculine and the feminine energies that lie within oneself. Thus, being able to do that allows you to have a full open heart, because you accept both dualities within yourself. You can supply the love that you need, no matter if it's a masculine or feminine energy, right? That's the point of this, okay? So, once for that all happened, that's where things started shifting, okay? As I've mentioned to you guys, I've been going through my own things. One of those was an egoic death. That last little bit of the ego that I was still trying to hang on to, still trying to hold on to old ways. And I finally hit my point. I was like, all right, that's it. I surrender. I surrender everything to you. You guys guide, I will lead. I've been learning, but now it was that final release of I have faith. I give it to you. Because you kept me alive through this. You kept me alive through when I got burned as a wee little baby and almost didn't make it the first night. There have been numerous incidences through my life that I could have died. But yet you still have me here. So obviously there's a reason. Obviously I need to start figuring out that path. That's where this comes in. This is where I'm guided to, is to help start shining and showing you all. Sorry, I'm giggling because I can see this giant glow going around me at the moment. That's my white light. The funny thing is, do you know what my real name, Gwen, my full real name means? White. My middle name means light. No, my parents named me White Light. I don't know if they ever realized what they had done when they had done it. I used to pick on and be like, what the heck? Why am I a white light? I didn't get it. Nowadays, I'm like, I get it. That's my job. That's my sole purpose, is to be here to help show you guys, to help walk you through it, to give you the positive within the negative, to help you see the negative within the positive, because it's all about duality. It's all about understanding this balance within ourselves, within life. With good has to be bad. With bad has to be good. You cannot have one without the other, because if you don't have the other, you don't have anything to reference to. So if it's all good, how do you know it's good? If it's all bad, how do you know any different than bad? That's the point. That's what spirituality, that's what all of us white lighters, shadow workers, that's what we all are here doing. We are all here trying to help guide you through. It's just depending on what stage you are within, or how you and your soul purpose is trying to take you towards. Okay? And we all understand you can't just be one. We have to have these multiple little factions. It's like an octopus, okay? This is the same way I've explained to people, like the government, and why we need more than just a two-party system in America, okay? If you have multi-parties, don't matter where it is, okay? This is just an example. If you have a multi-party system, okay? Think about it this way. It's an octopus. You have 8 arms that can go do different things at one time. So you could be working with a light worker. You could be working with a shadow worker. You could be working with it, because we're all using different aspects to be able to help get you the knowledge and the insight that you need. And that, my dear sweet soul tribe, is what it is. That's why we do what we do. That's why I want to see this grow. I want to be here to help walk you all, to help you all see that there's so much better. There's so much more potential than you even can imagine yet. I'm still learning that. But I'm telling you, when you start getting there and things start switching and you start shifting these paradigms, all of a sudden you're just like, damn, this is what other people have been living? Why didn't I do this sooner? That's the point. That's the point. That is us trying to show you guys there is better. You just have to take the guidance. You don't have to live in this. You don't have to play the victim. You can take that. You can own it. Walk your path. Take your lessons. And go do better. Go create better. Here goes that glow again. Alright. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm about to start my workday on my other side of my business. So I'm going to send you all lots of love and light, healing, blessings, insight, everything that you could ever need. And remember, I'm always here. All right? Hugs, kisses to you all. Take care.